Caspar on the 17th, I beg your pardon, 17th of May 2022, and gosh, this is a bottle that's been in my wine rack for quite a long time, and I last drank one of these, gosh, probably 5 years ago or even more, and just thought, really, I need more time. It's a big scoring Portuguese wine from the Douro Valley. This is 2011 Vinho Tinto from the Quinta de Vale, Meao. So port company, and made from port grapes. So this is just over half, I think, Liga Nacional with various other grapes, including Tinto Barroca and Tinto Roriz. So let's have a look at it. It looks remarkably young. I mean, this is a wine, 11, 10 and a half years of age, and it's still got a real ruddy colour, where you can see the colour. I mean, it's remarkably deep. I mean, it doesn't look forced, but it is so close to being opaque at the core. Near as damn it, anyway. But and that colour's so good to almost near the edge. But where you can tell the colour, it's still remarkably red looking. I mean, I don't think you'd ever guess, looking at the colour, this is the wine more than a decade in bottle, or more than a decade of age anyway. And it's fascinating, they're very Douro aromas. It's got hints of ink and a real earthy note to it. Dry, powdery soil and turmeric, something high toned in there. Cocoa. And hidden just within that, and plus very, very dark fruit, a sort of a peppery quality overlaying bramble and black plum. And a bit of elderberry, but there's something... Oh, that earthiness is quite extraordinary. There's almost a hint of something exotic about the fruit. Old dusty wardrobes. Ooh. It's got a lovely, cool fluidity to the fruit. In fact, most of the palate, the tannins that were significant in years gone past have largely subsided, although they do appear at the back in a slightly sort of gluey, chalky sort of texture. It grips late on, and it's finely textured, sort of almost paste-like, becoming a little more upright, a little more piquant towards the very, very back, and it's a long wine in the mouth. And the flavours are fascinating, have changed mightily in the bottle, and actually changed throughout the palate. Wine of good acidity, not overwhelming body. These Douro reds can be massive and very New World, almost Barossa in character, and this changes every time you go back to it. Sort of empty biscuit barrels. Do people have biscuit barrels anymore? I'm sure they probably don't. Biscuit tins. Something slightly sort of dried herb, and then a little blast of black currant comes through as well. It's got super density, but no undue heft. It's not a massive wine by any stretch of the imagination. The freshness really comes through at the back, and the finish is bright with the acidity, and a little scrunch of tannin that becomes a little sort of almost gravelly sandy at the very back. It's a lovely thing. It's something I would have food with. I mean, well, not least because it's 14.5% alcohol, but it's come of age, this thing. And God, by any evaluation, you know, colour and what I'm tasting and smelling, there's no hurry to drink it whatsoever, which is just as well, because I think I've got one more bottle in the wine rack and 6 bottles left in storage. So I will continue to drink that for the next decade, maybe more, and see how I get on. But it's a lovely thing. It's quintessential Douro in character, although perhaps not in its elegance. It's a really delicious thing. I'm loving it. 2011 Vinho Tinto from the Quinta Vale Meao. Yeah, super stuff. Lovely.